Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Melissa and I post tips on femininity, confidence, and productivity every single week. And today I'm going to chat through simple but tested ways to make your everyday go from dull, heavy, uninspired to a much more confident, girlier, and romanticized version of your reality, which is just a much more fun way to live your life from what I've gathered. And I've become so obsessed with all these little things that make you feel like you've got your shit together, that make you feel put together, make you feel organized, confident, and a lot more easier going. So I've written a few tips of things that I do that work for me in manifesting this kind of reality for myself. I have a 9-to-5. I'm naturally a control freak, so my life is bound to have waves of heavier and duller moments and days. So these tips really balance out my life and add that extra bit of magic, slowness, romanticization. So simple and affordable ways to feel more feminine, feel more confident. We're going to start off with an accessory. And number one, sunglasses. Sunglasses elevate pretty much any outfit. They protect your eyes, but also make you look 10 times more glamorous. And it strongly ties to the image of celebrity, the image of privacy, mystery. And most importantly, it puts you in a position of power, at least to those whose eyes are exposed. You know that phrase, your eyes are the window to your soul? People connect to you by looking into your eyes. If you have a shield over your eyes, you are creating a boundary. You are not allowing people to connect to you so easily. When you wear sunglasses, it protects some parts of you that normally your eyes might give away. Our eyes have and show so much expression that we don't even realize we're doing most of the time, and we have very little control over that. So in those moments where you need to be in a much more distant and reserved position, sunglasses are your best friend. Right, number two, handbag essentials. 2 of them make me feel instantly more confident just by knowing I have them in my bag with me. 1, cosmetics mirror, little mirror. Yeah, you can check your face with your phone camera, but come on, let's go back a few centuries. Pull out your little cosmetic mirror, open it up, check yourself out, put that lip gloss on. 2, floss. Swear to God, if you have something stuck in your teeth, if you're going out for dinner, restaurant, if you don't bring floss with you, you are taking big risk. If you have something stuck in your teeth and you don't have floss, RIP. I'll see you in the grave. Right, number 3, don't overshare about your personal life to people. This, I need to say, it's such a gut feeling. I can point out to certain little subtle signs and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it is your instinct that will know if you went too far with something, if you messed up. And this, a lot of time, is from the kind of reaction that they give based off what you said, the tone that they respond with, what they respond with. It's the little things that you end up noticing that you're gonna have to learn from once it's done. Pay close attention to how these people make you feel when you share your life stories, when you share your problems. Do they feel like they're intruding, or do they feel supportive? Learn the difference. If you don't have this gut feeling, it's a good sign, because I think you haven't been done dirty in the past many times, so there's not much to learn from. You know, people show you who they are over time in subtle ways, and it's down to you to decide whether you trust them with certain things or you don't. But rule of thumb is to simply not overshare with just anyone that you meet, and especially not the things that you haven't yet achieved that you want to. As much as I don't want to believe in the evil eye, I do think it's out there, because people can wish so much negativity towards you. But on top of the evil eye, I think what's worse than evil eye is dwelling on the evil eye and dwelling on what people might be thinking about you if you share that with them. I think that's way worse than just not thinking about it at all. Number 4, carrying a physical book or a notebook to jot down thoughts. You know how chic it looks when someone pulls out a little diary, a little notebook from their handbag and just writes the grocery list on it, and the notebook looks a little rough around the edges. You know, it's been through some hard times. I think I'm just kind of obsessed with old-fashioned things that women used to do. That bringing it back just feels so feminine for some reason. Also, seeing someone just pull out a physical book and start reading it, I don't know how to describe it, but it gives off this such quiet, confident energy. They look so at peace, so interested and consumed by this world that they see that I don't. And it feels and is so much more productive than scrolling on your phone to pass time. Number 5 is a personal favorite, and it's to create little and enjoyable transitions without jumping from rest mode to work mode back to rest mode. So doing little enjoyable things in between your core tasks of the day, things that introduce the next task, whether that's lighting candles, green tea, chamomile tea, a slow skincare routine, writing out your to-do list, stretching, breathing exercises. And the goal is to make those things consistent so that your brain becomes aware that, okay, this transition means this task is coming up. Number 6 is such a sweet one, but it's keeping your window open to hear the birds outside. Obviously depends on where you live. If you're in city center with pollution, cars, all that, I'm sorry, this might not be relevant to you, but if you do have a bit of nature around you and birds and things like that, just keep your window open. It makes me feel like I'm surrounded by living things, which makes me feel less alone. I feel like with the warmer weather coming, it feels like such a simple thing you can start doing that just puts a little spring in your step. Okay, number 7 I'd say is an important one, and it's to not make time for just everyone and anyone. Be more intentional with the time that you spend with certain people. You exchange energies with every single person that you interact with and get to know, which is why with some people you feel a lot more drained after meeting them, and others you feel way more uplifted and energized. And those are the people that you should connect with more often. Also make sure that your priorities are in check before you use that remaining time with people, and make sure that those people then are the right people that are bringing positivity and challenging you in inspiring ways. Number 8, less is more. The quality over quantity in all mindset. The clothes in your wardrobe, jewelry, trinkets, hats, belts. If you've lost control over your knowledge on what you own and where it is it even worth having? You'd think a hoarder has trouble getting rid of things because they put meaning in everything that they own, but really it's the fear of losing something that they might one day need, which is more of a scarcity mindset. It's from fear that you keep things, not from genuine meaning and thought out decisions. Once you lose control over knowing what you own, it no longer serves you. And the more organization and control that you have of your life, the more confident you will be. Number 9, let's add these to your to-dos. 1 hair mask per week, 1 face mask per week, 1 journal entry per week. Right, for hair mask, I would recommend the Aussie Deep Moisture hair mask. Also, look at that. I bought this 2 months ago and I still have this much. Right, on face masks, the reason I want to show you a physical one is because I want to prove to you that you don't need the most expensive branded face mask out there. I would really recommend doing 1 face mask per week. This is one of the most affordable face masks I found, and it's £2. All I do is copy the ingredient list to ChatGPT, tell it my skin type, tell it if it's compatible. I have eczema prone, dry, irritated skin. This has such little amount of ingredients, which is always a plus when it comes to my kind of skin type. That's £8 per month. I personally think it's worth it because my skin barrier gets so damaged in the winter. I break out, and honestly, like, this has saved me. Last weekly task, journaling. We do some self-care on the physical. Let's do some self-care on the mental. As you write out your thoughts, you start to realize what causes them, because it buys you enough time to process this and analyze this and reflect on it. If you're not used to it and you don't have time, it doesn't have to be every single week, but definitely if you're going through an issue, it's definitely such a great solution. If you do all of these things every week, you take care of your mind, your hair, and your skin every week. And the more you treat yourself and care for yourself, the more you prioritize your physical self and mental health over time. It's a self-reinforcing loop. Number 10, routine. You cannot depend on boosts of energy, on motivation. You can't depend on jealousy or guilt to stick to a long-term goal, but you can depend on habit. So once you set whatever goal for yourself, like gym 4 times a week, or a morning run, or stretching, or yoga, make your goals work for you. Find ways to make them accessible and realistic. And once that's in place, stick to them for 66 days, because that is how long it takes for a habit to form. But make that a milestone for yourself, because once that milestone is passed by you, that is part of your identity now. That's how long it takes to make an action automatic, and that is the goal. The more automated something is in your life, the more likely you are to stick to it. Number 11, a little bit more on femininity. Femininity for me is this idea of elegance, walking with elegance, sitting with elegance, moving with elegance, your posture, your pace, but also the poses that you can hold for long periods of time before going to a slouched, curved back. That requires stamina. Light stretching with Pilates in the morning, even from home with a YouTube tutorial, makes the biggest difference. But it also supports your body to detox through blood circulation and drain lymphatic fluids. But this is a long-term thing. It's not overnight results, so stick to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see your better versions next time.